For the past 6 years, the hopes and dreams of the Houston Rockets have centered around Hakeem Olajuwon. Among the league's elite, his inside play has dominated the NBA skyline. Now at playoff time, Coach Don Chaney must lead the way and bring together the young Rockets as they look to even the score with the ever-powerful Lakers. For the first time in 14 years, the Lakers are in the playoffs without legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yet the forever young Magic Johnson hasn't missed a beat as Los Angeles rolled on and grabbed the best record in basketball. Now the Lakers hope the playoff tandem of Worthy and Johnson is unstoppable as they look to claim their third title in 4 years. So welcome to Magic's Kingdom, a place where dreams can come true or turn into nightmares for opposing players. It's the NBA playoffs here on CBS. And welcome to CBS Sports' continuing coverage of the 1990 NBA playoffs from the Forum in Inglewood, California. Game 2, best-of-5 first-round series between the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers won on Friday. They lead 1-0. Utah plays Phoenix tonight. They're in front. And San Antonio and Portland are each one game away from advancing in the playoffs. Good afternoon again, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton along with my partner, Hubie Brown. Well, yesterday, Pat Riley said, I could see the playoffs flashing in front of me when he found himself down by 13 points in the second quarter in Game 1, but they effectively stopped Hakeem Olajuwon, holding him to 13 points. What did the Lakers do so well, Hubie?
Well, anytime that you triple team a star player, naturally you're going to cut down on his shot attempts. What happens now is that the ball club must rally around him. Here we have it. The ball is going to go into Hakeem in the post. You'll see him triple team. Now, this happened 33 times during the game. Being unselfish, he found the free people. Now you'll see the two outside perimeter guys open up. Once the pass was made, they either missed with an air ball or hit the front of the rim and only shot a very, very dismal 28% from the perimeter.
The losing team has to make an adjustment. What's Don Chaney going to do today?
Well, they're talking about getting Hakeem involved. You can't score 89 points and beat the Lakers here. So they're going to step him off on the wing, try to one-on-one him, face the basket, and put pressure on Michael Thompson's defense.
All right now let's go to the third member of our team, Tim Brandt. Tim?
All right, Dick, the fans here at the Forum are well aware of the historical significance of this game. A win today by the Lakers would give Pat Riley an unprecedented 100 playoff wins and move him ahead of the legendary Red Auerbach. Ironically, Red Auerbach stepped down as coach of the Celtics 24 years ago this weekend. More importantly, a win today would put the Lakers up by 2 and a 2-0 deficit. They very rarely ever come back from that. Dick?
Starting lineups, Buck Johnson, Otis Thorpe, Hakeem Olajuwon, Sleepy Floyd, and Vernon Maxwell. Worthy, Green, Thompson, Magic Johnson, and Byron Scott for the Lakers. Jake O'Donnell, Dick Bavetta, and Greg Willard are the officials working today, and we're underway. Game 2 of the series, and it's the Lakers. Byron Scott.
Now Houston in the early going will try to go right inside to their key people. It looks like they're giving more movement, allowing Olajuwon to face the basket.
Illegal defense called against the Lakers as the Rockets come out with Hakeem on the outside.
See, that's one of the advantages of popping Hakeem out. The Lakers are conditioned to double and triple team him, and what you want to do is penalize the defense and catch them in zone calls.
Michael Thompson right now one-on-one. There's Scott helping.
Excellent rotation.
But not good spacing by the Rockets. Here's Sleepy Floyd missing a 3. Buck Johnson retrieves for the Rockets. Finds the man inside, and Sleepy Floyd on a good pass from Buck.
Well, one of the ways of beating rotations are that the people who are left alone should backdoor and go to the front of the rim.
What do the Rockets do about James Worthy, who scored 34 points in Game 1?
Very difficult matchup. But right now they're going to go down inside, try to establish the low post game. Worthy was a monster on Friday night.
Byron Scott misses from the corner, and we have a loose ball foul.
See, in the early goings on Friday evening, Magic Johnson and James Worthy continue to post up the entire first half with limited results.
No foul. The ball bounced out of bounds. So now the Rockets with Akeem Olajuwon. And the rebound there inside of Buck Johnson.
I like that strategy, Dick. It's looking good early.
Vernon Maxwell is defending against Magic Johnson. Bump and grind guy is what Magic called Vernon. Leaving A.C. Green wide open for the shot.
Now, when the game was close at the beginning of the fourth quarter on Friday, A.C. Green hit that same shot 3 times, and along with Worthy, blew the game open.
Buck Johnson with a great pass inside to Thorpe. The basket good and a foul. Otis Thorpe, who's a tough man for the Lakers to match up with. The foul is against James Worthy.
See, in the early going, what you're relying on is that Akeem will be unselfish, that he will deliver the pass to the free people. Naturally, Houston will have numbers away from the ball because he'll always have 2 or 3 men on him.
He was unselfish Friday night. The Rockets just couldn't put down the shot. They also had a terrible game from the free throw line as Thorpe misses his. Green is off the mark. Buck Johnson knocks it away. Lakers ball. Lakers and the Rockets split in the regular season 2-2 as each team won twice on its home court. Former Celtic star Don Chaney.
I like what Don Chaney said about his ball club. He says we must become more aggressive, mentally tougher, and become better students of the game. And by that he means on Friday night there was so much switching and mismatches, but the players never found the mismatch to take advantage of the Laker defense.
The basketball was wet. They had to wipe it off, and now we're set to go. A little more than 2 minutes have gone by.
Let's go.
Worthy finds Byron Scott. Here's Worthy. Team gets a piece of it. Now the Rockets, they've got tremendous quickness, although the Lakers are back defensively. Buck Johnson, and he's fouled.
Anytime you're fast breaking 3-on-2, give the basketball up. Pass the ball up ahead of you and allow the defense to make an adjustment. You'll see here. Now watch Akeem gets this shot right there. Now, in game 1, Houston blew the Lakers away for 3 quarters in the open floor and had many 1-on-0 and 2-on-1 fast breaks.
Magic Johnson committed the foul, and here's Buck Johnson shooting 2. Coming off his best year of his 4-year career. Kind of frail, but a fearless guy, but nevertheless really has his work cut out defending against Worthy.
Well, they feel that he's the best athlete on this team. He has great jumping ability, but he has a tough assignment. Anytime you draw James Worthy and you know that Worthy's going to get off 20-some-odd shot attempts, you're at a major disadvantage.
That's Johnson on Worthy. Help from Maxwell. Open man is Byron Scott. Michael Thompson with the offensive rebound. Great hustle, basket good and a foul by maybe an underrated middleman.
As Michael comes in here, now watch his patience. He knows that he's in there, and he has Akeem or Thorpe. Sometimes you can't pick out who the guy is at that moment. The main thing is to gather your jumping ability and then explode.
This is the free throw. We're tied at 6. The foul was on Akeem Olajuwon. They go low to Thorpe. And a great offensive rebound by Akeem Olajuwon. One of the problems if he does play outside is they lose the offensive ball.
Right, but if you know he has quick feet and he's always going to react.
James Worthy with his first basket. Normally it takes the crowd a while to get into the game. It did not in game 1. I think they're involved early here. Long rebound on Buck Johnson's miss. Magic. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
As this shot goes up, this is a forced shot right here. Bad percentage. Watch Hakeem coming in from behind the backboard. It's the easiest way to get an offensive rebound. Come out from underneath, because all players are taught to turn and block people out.
In the first game of our doubleheader, Milwaukee gave the Bulls all they could handle before Chicago won and lead in the series 2-0. Magic Johnson, leading scorer at over 22 a game. Kind of a guy who will not let the Lakers lose, which is why a lot of people support him for MVP.
Well, he shot 89 from the line this year, and I know he's disappointed because last year he was right there at the top, over 90.
Vernon Maxwell, great acceleration, showing you the quickness that he possesses. We're tied at 10. Really 4 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Worthy with a left-handed shot. All 5 Lakers have scored, and Worthy leads with 4.
Well, when you play the Lakers, and especially James Worthy, you're dealing with a guy that has so many moves.
And all 5 Rockets starters have scored as well. Missed by Maxwell. Magic with a 3. He nearly doubled his 3-point shooting this year.
When your assignment is Magic Johnson, you must get to him as soon as he comes over half court, because he has such confidence in that 3-point range.
Hakeem goes up, misses the shot. Rebound, Buck Johnson. Thorpe gets the basket and a foul. Looked like the Lakers might have doubled late on Hakeem.
They did, Dick, but what I'm seeing today with Houston, they are so quick to the offensive rebound when the shot is missed. Now, you'll see Hakeem here. This is a tough shot right now. He got hit on the way up. Now, watch how quick they formulate and get underneath. And what I really like today at both ends is that people are not rushing the second shot. Pump fake, get it up, get fouled. More important, a good shot opportunity.
Michael Thompson committing his first foul and a 3-point effort by Thompson. Lakers lead by 2.
It's a good matchup now. Maxwell on Magic Johnson. Wants to make him reverse and wear him down.
Looking for Worthy, posting up against Buck Johnson. He gets help. Hands and legs in the air. Pat Riley was telling us about that technique.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, he's still on fire from game 1.
34 points in game number 1 and a timeout called by the Rockets. The Lakers have hit 5 in a row. Forum in Inglewood, California, talking about the tough matchup that Buck Johnson has against Worthy. Forget about the height. Look at the weight change of some 25 pounds.
Also, you must deal with the quickness of foot. Now, on this catch, you're going to see James. Watch how quickly he runs away from the double-triple team. Even though Buck played him perfectly, he still could, elevate and get the shot off.
What's even tougher for the Rockets is that they do not have really an effective backup small forward behind Buck Johnson.
A lot of pressure on Buck Johnson to stay out of foul trouble and get the 40 minutes on the floor.
Just under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, and Tim Brandt with you in the Forum. And the 24-second clock. And that's the game's first turnover, and it comes nearly halfway through the opening stanza.
What you try to do anytime you know you're going to get double and triple team is save your dribble. Look for the pass first, and then you can make your dribble move.
Scott goes right around Elijah. Blocked by Hakeem. There's a fast break opportunity for the Rockets. Floyd. Maxwell. Elijah. Basket will count in a foul, and they are relentless on the offensive board thus far.
Not bad. Now watch Hakeem get beat, and he's going to say to you, listen, I'm coming. Here I come. Boom. And remember, not only does he get the block, he gets at the other end. Here's a bad shot attempt, and here is Hakeem in traffic. Nothing but a possible three-pointer.
You'll notice that he has a cut. He had stitches, 3 stitches, that he suffered in game 1. Next to his left eye as a result of a collision. He's all right, but he had to leave the game in the waning moments of that first quarter. Lakers by 1. Now they're up by 3. James Worthy with 8 points.
Well, they're catching Worthy on the move, and they have not given James the same look 2 times in a row. That's what makes guarding him so difficult.
And now we'll have a technical foul because the Lakers have been hit with the second illegal defense of this first quarter.
Now, if I'm Pat Riley, I'm a little uptight because everything is going to be a technical foul from now on. Now, you like the strategy employed by Don Chaney by giving Olajuwon different looks in where he's receiving the ball. It's forcing the Lakers to pay so much attention that it's not the guys doubling, it's the opposite people who are getting called for the zone call.
Buck Johnson. And the rebound by Byron Scott. The Lakers want to get Scott going. He's been hampered with a sprained ankle. Plenty of time on the shot clock. They won't let Magic shoot the three. He'll take that one. Another one of his repertoire shots.
The new addition, the baby hook with the left hand.
Always saves something for the postseason, doesn't he? 4-point game. Triple team on Olajuwon. Goes up the air ball, and it's still Houston's ball.
Now, Magic very upset that time, questioning the out-of-bounds call. See, I don't like what I'm seeing with the team right now. His last two shots have been forced. He has the triple team on him. He still should get it out, and let's see if the guys will hit the shots early in the first quarter.
5 on the shot clock for the Rockets. 3-point attempt. Off the mark by Maxwell, who hit 3. But Buck Johnson is in there, and it's tipped in by Otis Thorpe. So the Houston Rockets are very aggressive on the offensive glass. It'll still be Lakers ball, and that's why they're in this game trailing by only 2. Terrible shooting start, only 38% thus far for Houston.
Yeah, but when you crash the offensive board, you're putting a major challenge on the Lakers. And if the Lakers were doing it, they'd be getting the ball out and fast breaking. We have not seen that.
Great pass from AC. Scott misses. And we'll have a loose ball foul called against the Lakers.
Now, this group that's out on the floor right now with Houston, they have 5 outstanding athletes. They can run, they can jump, and they're all over the glass.
Foul is on Green. It's his second right now. Here's Tim Brandt. Tim?
All right, Dick, you mentioned the shooting percentages, and Hubie, of course, mentioned how they're moving things around. Houston is thrilled with the baskets they've gotten. They've all been layups where the Lakers have had to shoot from outside. They're going to a motion offense and trying to move Hakeem outside. Then they'll force him down low. But the key is, as Hubie said, they're trying to mix it up. And right now, Don Chaney is thrilled. Dick?
Vlade Divac has come into the game replacing AC Green. Green goes out with 2 fouls. Divac, a big surprise this year. He was the first-round draft pick, number 26 out of Yugoslavia, with a tremendous amount of talent that hasn't all been tapped yet.
No, well, in this substitution, Pat Riley is telling you that he's not happy with his rebounding, and he's putting in another 7-foot guy.
So he's got Thompson and Divac in the lineup at the same time. Worthy for 3.
Did you say James Worthy for 3?
You know,
it's contagious.
James has 11 points already, coming off a 34-point effort in game 1. 24-20 Lakers. Hakeem turns it over, and frustratingly, there's a foul. Let's see whether it's Maxwell. It is Vernon Maxwell.
See, this is the Lakers at their best. Anytime they're double teamed, they'll always make the second pass. The first pass, a good defensive team will recover and defend. The second pass is where you get the open shot.
Winding down to 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. The home team has won every game thus far in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Thompson has it knocked away by Hakeem. Buck Johnson. They're going to call traveling against Johnson.
I can't say this enough. Will you please give the basketball up? Stop trying to dribble in traffic when you're not a ball handler. Get the ball up to the people ahead of you and allow the guards to create off the dribble. When you're on the road, you've got to take advantage of any time that you get an easy opportunity.
Divac, and he traveled, turning it over to the Rockets. Houston has struggled on the road this year. In fact, they had their worst road record in the last 6 years, winning only 10 games. And a tough task against the Laker team that had the best record in the league here at the Forum. Olajuwon, top of the key. And Akeem right now has 7 points. He and Otis Thorpe lead the Rockets.
Well, that's not out of his range. Don Chaney said, we know that Akeem can hit that 18-footer facing the basket. But he's got to play within the flow. Just don't force things. It will happen for you.
Tipped away by Floyd. Good steal by Eric. Here's a 2-on-1 break with Maxwell. All right. They must have heard you.
No, see, when you make the pass up the side, the defensive player must change sides of the floor. Once he changes sides, you'll get it back for your own shot.
We're tied at 24 with under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's the switch. Thompson against Thorpe, blocked by Akeem. Another turnover and another block. That's the third block shot by Olajuwon. Buck Johnson is open. Akeem.
Is this guy working? Oh, my word.
He had 2 of his roughest games in L.A. this year, 12 and 13 points, but this is a different game for him.
See, Buck Johnson has been open for 3 jump shots, has missed them all.
Akeem Olajuwon continues to be the focal point for this Houston club, and that's not surprising. He finished in the top 10 in 4 different categories this year in the NBA, including block shots and rebounds, which he was #1 in the league. But consider this. When this season began, they didn't know if he'd even be able to play. He had a blood clot in his left calf, now wears a support stocking to help correct and alleviate that problem. They call it thrombophlebitis, but it is now alleviated. He's playing well. And Hubie, as I throw it back to you, he's been up in the air today throwing those shots back, hasn't he?
His defensive quickness is outstanding today, and we'll see it right here. Now, he just came from the top of the circle down into a help situation in order to get that block. That is his 3rd of the ball game. We still have 2.5 minutes to go in quarter 1.
Michael Cooper has come into the game for the Lakers. Byron Scott goes out. Here's another turnover. 2-on-1 break again, and Maxwell drives in, and we have seen a lot of that in game 1. Despite their loss, the Rockets beat the Lakers strong to the hoop on numerous occasions.
Well, they have outstanding foot speed. When you're talking Sleepy Boyd and Maxwell and Buck Johnson on the break, they just need to have good passing lanes.
Rockets by 2, under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Magic Johnson's posting up, double team, Divac, and a foul as Buck Johnson collided with him. Rockets are on a 10-4 run right now. Pat Riley was telling us about Vlade Divac yesterday and the fact that they really haven't used all of his abilities this season.
Well, I like what Pat said. He said he's an outstanding student of the game. He really knows how to play. He understands the shot clock, and he's a very good rebounder and defensive player for us. What we have to do next year is to exploit his outstanding offensive qualities.
Larry Smith, the bull of a rebounder, comes in for Buck Johnson. Orlando Woolridge, Mr. Offense off the bench, checks in for the Lakers. Divac hits both free throws. So what this does for Houston, gives them rebounding, but they lose some quickness.
Well, when we go to the benches, the Lakers are heavy favorites right there in major contributions.
Here's the double.
Nah, you see, don't dribble it.
Here's the shot by Maxwell. A three-pointer is good. Vernon Maxwell, who hit 3 the other night, now has 8 points to lead Houston.
They can get that shot all day, Dick. It's wide open.
Cooper has all afternoon. Misses the 3, but there's Worthy. And it's last touched by the Lakers out of bounds. Gives it over to Houston with 1:14 to go in the first quarter. Rockets right now nursing their biggest lead of the game. And Thorpe tips it away, and it's Laker ball.
See, when you're a great player like Akeem, you're in a position, and that was a tough shot. You pass the ball back out, go back in and repost. There was plenty of time on the clock. You end up with a better shot opportunity.
Under a minute to go and 13 on the shot clock. Double on Divac. Open is Worthy. Steps back for the 3. Woolridge is there. And he's fouled. Both teams are in the penalty right now, and Orlando Woolridge will go to the line. That'll be Akeem's second personal.
Now, when this shot goes up, watch the body movement underneath here now. You'll see everybody moving. Anytime a guy goes up on a shot inside the painted area, we're seeing 2 and 3 people challenging.
Woolridge finally got acclimated to the Lakers this year after joining them a year ago, similar to what Larry Drew, the backup point guard, has faced this season. And he has responded in a big way, has Orlando.
He's having an outstanding season, Dick. He ended averaging close to 13 points a game off the bench.
There's the pick and roll, Houston style. Good extra pass. Vernon Maxwell, acrobatic baseline drive. And the Rockets lead by 3.
He's very, very quick off the dribble, and he breaks your defense down.
Playing for the last shot of the Lakers. Here's Worthy. Olajuwon doesn't want to foul. He didn't want to pick up his third. Worthy scores. Maxwell hits the basket. It counts. A 2-point basket by Vernon Maxwell at the buzzer. And a successful first quarter for the Houston Rockets.
Now you'll see as they push it up the floor here, Maxwell has a lot of confidence in himself that he can create his own shot.
12 points in the first quarter for Vernon Maxwell, and that's the end of the first period. With the score, the Rockets 33 and the Lakers 30.
Sports coverage of the 1990 NBA playoffs is sponsored by Armor All, because only Armor All works like Armor All. The American Express card. Membership has its privileges. And by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Welcome back to the Forum in Inglewood. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, and Tim Brandt. The Rockets lead the Lakers by 3 after 1 quarter as the 1990 NBA playoffs continue right here on CBS. In the Eastern Conference, the Chicago Bulls now lead 2-0. So all the home teams have won 2 games, and tonight Philadelphia hosts the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Hubie Brown, they played a real tough first game in Philadelphia.
Outstanding job. Everyone says Charles Barkley with the 30-plus points and the monster rebounds, but Hersey Hawkins with 35 in the perimeter game and then also off the dribble. Dynamite contribution.
Rockets have outscored the Lakers 18-10 inside. Now make it 20-10 as Maxwell is on a tear. He's got 14.
Jay Don Chaney told us yesterday about him. He has great confidence. He's so quick off the dribble, and he attacks the rim when he does penetrate.
Michael Cooper is in there along with Magic. Woolridge, Divac, and Worthy, and Magic Johnson now with 9 points. Cuts the Houston lead to 3. Sleepy Floyd hits from outside. Once upon a time, Sleepy Floyd scored 51 against the Lakers while playing for Golden State in the playoffs. That was 3 years ago. Woolridge. Into the game right now for the Houston Rockets is Tim McCormick, who had surgery on his knee. And he gets an early call today, and a 20-second timeout called by Don Chaney.
Woolridge at the top of his game. Recognition right there by Magic. Now here he comes. But watch the explosion for the dunk. Yes.
Tim Brandt.
All right, Dick, what Houston was trying to do there is sit Akeem down and give him a break. They wanted to keep him out no longer than 2 minutes. They put Tim McCormick in the game, and they felt strongly that the Lakers would try to isolate and work on him. He's had knee problems. He's not really in playing shape. They really stressed everybody help out. If they work on Tim McCormick, slide down, everybody help out. But they're giving Akeem a little break now. He'll be back in the ballgame shortly.
Sooner than we think, Tim. McCormick, who really is not totally in shape, missed 55 games this year with that surgery on his right knee. But a good time to give Olajuwon a rest, I would think.
Yeah, but what you try to do is do it right around the end of a period, so he not only gets the 2 minutes, but he's also getting the time during the timeout.
Sleepy Floyd hits his second jumper. Houston matching its biggest lead of 5. Magic for 3. They left him open again. Cooper! You know, his average is down, his shooting is down, but it's always the intangibles from Michael Cooper.
I thought he had a hyperextended knee.
The word extended.
Yes, right.
Emphasize that one. Thorpe moving in against Woolridge.
When you're on the road and you're in a game like this, it's very exciting, tough defense. The premium is on good shot selection.
Maxwell goes up, and they're going to have a Laker foul. They were holding on to Larry Smith, who was trying to tip in the missed shot. And it's going to be Michael Cooper with the foul.
Right here now, watch Cooper come into your screen from the right side. Here he is, elevating up over the top of Tim McCormick. You know, cardinal sin, always block out the closest guy.
Magic Johnson gets a breather, goes to the bench. He has scored 9. Byron Scott back in, guarding Sleepy Floyd. Divac with great court sense. And here's Worthy. Rockets have to watch out for court balance so they don't get beaten down court.
Well, it's one of the very few fast breaks that we've seen the Lakers have today.
15 for Worthy. Pick and roll. Otis Thorpe. Well executed with Sleepy Floyd.
Now, you know, he's a prime-time player. You need him with the points and the rebounds, but he's much better slashing from the top of the circle going to the basket.
Talk about slashing to the basket. Woolridge comes up empty. Smith. Not a ball handler. Here's Floyd. And Eric Floyd is fouled and will go to the line. That's the second team foul against the Lakers. And a timeout is called. The Rockets challenging the Lakers big here in the second quarter. Back here in L.A., Vernon Maxwell. Quiet from San Antonio in February, a rookie in his first playoff experience.
Well, you know, a couple of nights before we came out to L.A., my fiancée, she called me up and said, you know, are you nervous? I said, yeah, just a little bit. And she said, well, shoot, I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. And I was like, well, I'm the one playing the game. And but playing the Lakers is, you know, it's great because I like to play against the better teams and the better players, and because I'm a competitor, and I look forward to playing against the Lakers on the road. I love to play on the road. I think that's one of my strengths.
Well, I thought that John Lucas made a great remark about Maxwell. Now, there's Maxwell's main nemesis in this game today, Magic Johnson. But he said, John Lucas, who has been around this league a long time, he said, Maxwell has got jets. And he said, it doesn't matter whether you want to play him at 1 or 2. He just plays. Not bad.
First year in the playoffs, though, second season in the league. And the Rockets went 17-10 after they acquired him from San Antonio, not for a player, but for cash.
Hey, he's coming. Bump low, send him low.
Mitchell Wiggins is into the ball game and guarding Orlando Woolridge, and now they call Houston with a foul. It'll be the Rockets' first foul of the second quarter, and it's against Larry Smith, his first.
Don Chaney, very, very satisfied with the effort that he's getting here today. Everything is working according to their game plan.
Wiggins, a guard, is defending against Woolridge, giving up a lot of height and strength. Divac beats Elijah Wan inside. Keep in mind, Akeem is playing with 2 personal fouls.
Also keep in mind that Divac has many moves down in there and can shoot with either hand with the back to the basket.
Magic gets off the bench. He'll be heading back in shortly. Floyd. This is the 3. Mitchell Wiggins keeps it alive with the offensive rebound. And it goes. So Mitchell Wiggins, who played well in the playoffs back in 1986 before he was suspended, violating the NBA's drug policy, now playing back in the league this year. Williams goes right around Smith.
Well, that's what Don Chaney knew would be their problem when you put Larry Smith, the power forward, on a Worthy. But he needs somebody that can buck Johnson the rest.
Floyd misses, but there's Smith, and that's where Smith helps the Rockets.
Yes, indeed. You suffer at one end, but you gain at the other.
Big offensive rebound edge by the Rockets. 12-4 right now. 7.5 to go in the first half. Divac trying to set a screen. Byron Scott. Only 2 points. Turns it over. And here's a 2-on-1 break. Maxwell with Floyd. And Sleepy Floyd now has 13 points. So the starting back line has 27 points for the Rockets.
Pete Duncan made a great point about Maxwell. Forget about the offense. He gives us a toughness defensively with his quick hands, and he's not afraid of the body punishment that goes with the steals.
Los Angeles Lakers are still in their huddle, and for the first time this afternoon, Pat Riley has shown a great deal of emotion. He looked the players right in the eye, and he says, we cannot continue to let Houston have second and third opportunities off the boards. He looked at him again and he said, now who is going to accept the challenge? You're supposed to be the greatest team in here. Now stand up and accept that challenge and go out and crash the boards. The other thing he wanted to do was pick up the tempo and really put the pressure on the guards, the Houston guards, and try to make them work a lot harder. But right now, the boards have been the situation, Hubie.
Well, anytime that you get 15 in a game, that's a lot. Now, here you'll see on this miss, here comes Larry. That was Wiggins who made that shot off that rebound. Now, they have 12 offensive rebounds in the first half already. 15 is big for a game.
Well, a hand check against Vernon Maxwell. That is the second team foul against the Rockets.
Now, you see, coming off this pick right here now, you know, he's trying to force his way through. That you cannot do. Either you go under it or you trail over the top.
They're going to bring Buck Johnson in, and you know, you talk about the offensive rebounding edge, and Maxwell limps off the court. There's the man who leads the Rockets with 4 offensive rebounds thus far. Maxwell goes out having scored 14 points to lead Houston. 7-point lead, the Rockets' biggest of the game. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Wiggins, he guarded Magic back in '86 in the Western Conference Finals. Three on the shot clock. Scott misses. Elijah on the rebound.
Excellent defense by Sleepy Floyd. Got a piece of that shot.
Scott's shooting has been way off. He was 3 for 13 in game 1, hampered by the sprained left knee. Inside, Larry Smith wisely got rid of it. Sleepy Floyd with a man on his hand takes the shot.
Here they are again. That's their 13th offensive rebound. That is a ton. And when you realize that the Lakers are one of the best defensive rebounding teams in the league.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. The Rockets have been pretty patient today. Here's Olajuwon open for the jumper. Rebound by Scott. Last time the Lakers lead was 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Double team on Magic. Forget it. Doesn't matter.
Excellent defense by Wiggins that time. Beat Magic twice on 2 spin moves, but then again the 6'9" size takes over.
Remember that Houston led by 13 points in the second quarter of game 1, and then 8 points in the third quarter, and still lost. Here he is again.
Now you see Magic working. Wiggins beats him again, but now here he comes back inside, splitting the double team. Once again, the left hand bailing him out.
Third team foul against the Lakers. Divac commits it. James Worthy and Michael Thompson back in. With the same 5 other than Scott in there for the Lakers. Cooper guarding Floyd. Floyd goes around Cooper. Good move by Sleepy Floyd.
Good move. Degree of difficulty. Got fouled. Knocked almost to the floor. Great shot attempt.
Cooper. That was a 2-point attempt. Akeem with a great save. Rockets by 7 can open up their biggest lead of this first half.
Try never to throw the ball back underneath your defensive basket. That almost resulted in a Laker catch and a possible score.
Inside to Buck Johnson over Worthy. Good shot. Smith knocked it away, and it'll be the Lakers' possession. Otis Thorpe will check in now for the Rockets, and Larry Smith goes out. So Houston, the visiting team, winning here, and thus far, no road team has won a game in the first round of the NBA playoffs.
Larry Smith did an outstanding job for the Rockets that time. The bulk, knocking people around, offensive boards.
Magic on a drive. Michael Thompson follows up.
Michael is really attacking today. Anytime he gets that offensive rebound, nothing soft. Now here comes the Laker trap for the first time today.
It was deflected, no backcourt violation. Wiggins, good feed inside the Thornton, and they broke it beautifully.
Anytime that a team traps you, if you can get the ball into the middle of the floor around the foul line area, it usually results in a layup or a power dunk.
Magic with a foray. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half.
James Worthy's the guy they got to get going here.
He has 17 points, but 13 in the first quarter. Cooper misses. Wiggins, look up. This should be 2 more.
Yeah.
Buck Johnson comes in. And the Rockets leading by 9, 55-46.
Now, that's Houston's 21st point on the fast break to the Lakers' 9. Well, the Lakers can't fast break if you don't get your defensive rebounding under control.
And a 20-second timeout called by Pat Riley. Interestingly enough, the Rockets have turned the ball only 3 times, turned it over, and the Lakers have not scored a point off of a Houston turnover today. Detroit with a 2-0 lead, holding serve by winning both of their home games against Indiana. Celtics setting a record shooting and scoring wise with 157 points yesterday against the Knicks. Game 3 coming up Wednesday. Now Tim Brand.
All right, Dick. Ray Melchiori's been working on Vernon Maxwell. It is a strained left hamstring. He hasn't had any problem before, but it's bothering him now. So they're going to keep him out a while. They're going to continue to watch it and maybe put some ice on it. Dick?
He's got 14 points, playing another fine game in the backcourt for Houston. Crowd getting a little antsy here at the Forum.
Well, we saw that in Game 1 immediately in the first quarter. Because before Elijah Wan was injured with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, they were 10 points ahead of the Lakers.
Worthy. A lot of red shirts underneath. The King with the outlet to Floyd. Rockets can open up an 11-point lead or better here as we wind down to 3 minutes to go in the first half, in which the Houston Rockets have taken the play away from the Western champions. The best record in the league. Buck Johnson, and it's an 11-point game. Unusual for the Rockets, who have not played well on the road all year. Magic storms in, blocked by a team, I believe, and here comes a 3-on-1 break. Sleepy Floyd hit by Worthy.
Now this man is concerned, Pat Riley, and the reason is that these people are taking everything away from you at the defensive end. The shot block, only one shot opportunity, and then are hurting you in the fast breaks.
And great quickness. Hey, Pat, you can be back here where the weather is sunny, and you know normally a lot of the fans like to take advantage of the beautiful weather, but they were here early. They must have sensed something, Mr. Brown.
Oh, no, you can see it. There's a tenseness here from the coaching staff on the Laker bench into the players' eyes, because the Rockets are showing you the defense that you only see in the summit, not usually on the road. Now, watch what happens here. You see, Wiggins is not allowing Magic Johnson to both. We call that rooting you off your spot.
Rockets are on an 11-4 run in the last 5 minutes plus. Sleepy Floyd is on the line, and if somebody would have said that the Houston guards would double the scoring output of the Lakers to this stanza, you would have said that'd be a story in itself.
And it's all happening with the quickness of foot, the fast break opportunities. Right now, 25 points for Houston off the break.
16 for Floyd, who leads the Rockets. Make it 17. 13-point lead for Houston. That matches the biggest lead they had in game number 1.
See, I like Wiggins. Wiggins' size in that.
Magic. Get up. Thompson and Magic Johnson fight. Finally, it's Thorpe with the rebound.
Magic's in the backcourt now, so his man is open.
Wiggins hits the jumper. The Lakers have to really worry about getting back because the Rockets are pushing the ball well.
Well, you know that you have Cooper in there with a hyperextended knee, and Magic, who doesn't have great foot quickness. So it is to the benefit of Houston to keep pushing the ball at every opportunity.
James Worthy off a curl, the rebound by Olajuwon, and the Rockets are on a big run with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Lakers have missed their last 7 shots. Here's Akeem. And Olajuwon hits. He has 9 points. The Lakers have grown cold, and a timeout called by L.A. They've been outscored 30-16 in the second quarter. That's unheard of against the Laker team here in the Forum.
Well, you're seeing outstanding defense by this ball club. And if you notice, every time that the Lakers go down into the painted area, they're looking for Akeem, and they're looking for Thorpe. But anytime you shoot and miss, you must get on the offensive boards, and the Lakers have not been able to do that versus Houston.
We were talking to Michael Thompson yesterday about what these games mean, and he says, you know, all the Lakers care about is winning the championship, getting a ring. And so we asked him about how special these playoffs are to the Lakers, and Michael Thompson really has gotten into the swing of things.
It's all or nothing with this team and with me. I mean, sure, we had the best record in the game. We're in the playoffs, like you said, but unless we win the championship, we feel like we're total failures. You know, most teams would be thrilled to get to the second round or even to the third round. We feel like unless we get to the finals and win it, it's been a wasted year. And that puts a lot of strain on you mentally, more mentally than physically, because you just lay down at night thinking about it, thinking, well, we have 1 win, we got 14 more to go. Not just thinking about 2 wins or 3 wins. Thinking about 14 more wins, and that's what this team is all about. That's why this team is so classy and so successful, because we settle for nothing but the best, and the best is winning the championship. Anything less, you might as well close up shop and move to another city. Follow Al Davis's move.
We don't see Al here today. Normally he's sitting in the front row.
I'm glad he's not here. He'd be over here complaining, asking for equal time. No, but that's the strength of the great Boston run that they had for many, many years, and also the incredible 11 championships with the Laker organization. It's their mindset.
Crowd is starting to chant to urge the Lakers on. They have Orlando Woolridge, Michael Thompson, Magic Johnson, Cooper, and James Worthy. Byron Scott has been on the bench a while, and I've got to think his ankle's got to be bothering him. He has scored only 2 points in the game. Hasn't played much. Buck Johnson has gone Worthy. Cooper for 3. Loose ball foul against the Rockets. And that'll be their 3rd team foul.
See, with Magic Johnson consistently down in trying to get on the offensive boards, that's fine if he gets it. But what we're seeing so far in this first half, it's a negative once Houston rebounds and kicks it out. They are getting the advantage in the open floor.
Wiggins' first foul. Lakers have missed their last 8 shots. Keep in mind that the Rockets beat the Lakers twice at the Summit this year, and a split of 2 games here at the Forum would give them a tremendous psychological boost. There's a long way to go here. Magic shuffles it inside, and Michael Thompson draws the foul. Otis Thorpe. That is the 15th foul against Houston. 5 now. And the penalty, Thompson will go to the line.
Well, right here, you'll see a nice pickoff. Now, there it is. There goes your shot. Everyone wanted Akeem to pick up that foul.
Tim McCormick is going to come in to give Akeem Olajuwon a rest.
Smart move.
And he missed them both.
Well, you Don Chaney have 1 minute and 7 seconds to go for the half. You do not want Akeem picking up a cheap foul.
17-point lead for Houston. Under a minute to go and 10 on the shot clock. Wiggins with the jumper, and now the Rockets, who were cold early, are starting to hit the outside shot on top of everything else they're doing.
Everything has been beautiful for them, and it's all come about because their perimeter game is there today. They're making that outside shot.
Worthy foul, and will shoot 2. A blazing shooting period by the Houston Rockets. Not only the outside shots, but you have to also focus in on the fast break layups.
See, you're Pat Riley today. You're really uptight because every shot that you are getting, it's being contested. And the guys are not getting that clear, you know, square up your shoulders and a release type of a shot. You're being challenged.
19 points for James Worthy.
Lakers in their trap now, trying to get a, maybe a quick steal and a layup.
McCormick. He's got 10 on the shot clock. Wiggins. That's his first bad shot in a while. Now the Lakers will play for the last shot of the first half. But a 65-point effort by Houston in the first half is tremendous. Woolridge misses. 3 seconds to go. Buck Johnson. A big first half for the Houston Rockets, trying to even this best-of-5 series. That is the end of the first half with the score, the Rockets 65, the Lakers 48. Pat O'Brien and the crew in New York will be along with the Prudential at the half after this message. Rockets by 17 over the Lakers, 65-48. And when you see the Los Angeles Lakers aggressively going after loose balls, getting the defensive rebounds, and just scrapping, you don't have to look at any statistics to know how they're playing. They're playing well. Well, so far in the first half, they're not doing it, and the Houston Rockets are. And as a result, a 17-point lead. And just a few moments ago, Hubie Brown had a chance to talk to Laker coach Pat Riley.
Pat, how do you get back in this in the third quarter?
Well, first of all, I think we have to, show more patience offensively. And what's hurting us, besides the boards, the offensive boards, are they're running guys out, and we're not getting our defense back. So it's going to take a lot of heart.
Yeah, a lot of tough defense there. Yes. Good luck, Patty.
All right, James Worthy with 19 leads the Lakers, and Sleepy Floyd with 17 tops Houston.
The Houston locker room with Don Chaney. His main concern is the mental aspect of his team. They lost it in game one. He wants to use the clock. He wants to keep his team mentally in the ball game, not let the Lakers back in. Dick, Hubie?
And it was Don Chaney yesterday who said to us, I don't know how this team is going to come out and play, since it's always a puzzle. Well, he's finding out good things so far.
They're really right to their maximum potential today, and the entire thing is the boards. Pat Riley made a good point. He said they're sending guys out. And what he meant by that was as soon as the shot goes up, Houston releases 2 people a half court.
Byron Scott starts for the Lakers, guarding Sleepy Floyd. Here's Elijah Wan, double team. Floyd and Maxwell at guard, so Vernon is back in there for the Rockets. Buck Johnson gets it inside, but the 24-second clock expires.
See, Don Chaney very upset right now. You see, when you're on the road and you have a history of not winning, they've only won 10 all year, naturally, you're hoping that your guys are going to get maximum out of every position.
Crowd trying to get the Lakers back in this. First few minutes will be crucial here in the third, and Scott. Byron Scott hits a 3. There's some pressure in the backcourt.
Houston, stick to what you do best. Move the basketball. Good shot opportunities and try to keep this crowd out of the game.
And they maintain poise against the Lakers here. Thorpe misses the rebound by Worthy. Here's Green.
Holy mackerel.
But the missed jam comes out nearly to midcourt. Here's AC again, blocked by Elijah Wan, and it's still Lakers ball. 5 block shots by Akeem Olajuwon.
And Akeem Olajuwon on that power dunk on the break. From our angle, it looked like he did get a piece of that shot.
Otis Thorpe is hobbling as he comes to the sideline. This could be critical.
Here we have your horse running down a fast break attempt. Now, as AC Green goes to release it, watch the hand. Watch the hand. Bam. Now, is that a shot block? Is that a foul? Now, as AC Green is stunned, we'll see. You'll see the exasperation right there. Now, all of a sudden, the ball is loose. Here comes AC on the baseline again. And look, lo and behold, another block. Try number 6.
He has 6. The Lakers have 2, and the crowd a factor here. Tim Brandt.
Dick, Otis Thorpe got kneed in the knee in that last series. They put ice on it during the timeout, but he didn't want to come out. He's staying in, so we'll see if he can play.
All right, Tim, thank you. 65-51. Already the Lakers have made up 3 points against the Rockets early here in the second. Worthy with a turnaround. Worthy with 21. This is a big test for the Houston Rockets right here early in the third quarter. They have not responded on the road all year, and this is their toughest test.
Well, this is where leadership steps in to run the correct plays and also to take good shot selection.
Notice they keep Olajuwon on the outside. Maxwell drives in. Thorpe. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Thorpe trying to post up Green, and they're shoving, and they're going to call it against Otis Thorpe.
See, that's a tough situation. Thorpe is exasperated. He kept that missed shot alive by going up and rebounding in traffic. Pat Riley trying the inspiration right there to motivate his guys. They are not in any trap situation. They're going to play two-man basketball here.
Thorpe picks up his third foul. And another Houston foul. Buck Johnson. And for Buck Johnson, that will be his third personal foul.
See, you'll see it right here. There's a grab and a push on Buck Johnson on Worthy. The Lakers have not been using Byron Scott coming off the baseline curls and that because of his ankle.
Worthy. It's down to 10. The Lakers have outscored the Rockets 7-0 so far in this third quarter.
Well, he's the guy who can get him back because he can get a good shot opportunity over Buck Johnson anytime he wants to. Remember, like we said in that second quarter, he kind of disappeared.
And hitting a big jumper is Sleepy Floyd, who's the leading scorer for the Rockets. He's got 19.
Sleepy is having a very solid game today.
After a not-so-solid game one Friday. Worthy finally misses. Thorpe the rebound.
If you're Houston now, you continue to push the ball. If the break is there, take it. If not, bring it out, and let's work for the good shot.
Sleepy Floyd having a terrific game. May not get the 51 he scored against the Lakers a few years ago, but he's been a big boost to the Rockets today.
Big thing today is a W. If you're with the Rockets.
Green. Rebound, Buck Johnson. Maxwell. Loose ball, Floyd. And it's still going to be Houston's ball. In the first half, the Houston guards accounted for nearly half of their point total. Maxwell and Floyd, the starters.
Two-shot foul. See, that's a bad play. The ball is out of bounds. Your player is coming off of the screen, and you push. Now, since the ball was not passed in, it's two shots.
Scott committing the foul. That's his first. Pat Riley wins that 100th playoff game to surpass Red Auerbach today. It's going to be a tough one. But he said yesterday, the team has taught me that individual awards don't mean much. And he's put out his hand. He says, I want another one of these to win. 23 for Floyd, 23 for Worthy. Those are the scores leading. Tip by Buck Johnson. Magic loses the ball.
See, they're not afraid to go in there and bang around Magic Johnson or Worthy.
Here's Akeem. Quickly triple team.
Plenty of time.
The Lakers have the ability, if they get a crack, to come back in this game. Thorpe. Rebound by A.C. Green. Here's Scott. And he hits another three.
See, if I know that Byron Scott has an ankle problem, the one thing that he can hurt us in is the three-point shot. So anytime there's transition, I must get to him and make him put the ball down on the floor.
Olajuwon again has to go outside. Floyd penetrates. Sends it off right at the buzzer. And a big offensive rebound by Sleepy.
The ball has eyes today for the red shirts. Every time it comes off on a miss, you got to give them their due though because they're hustling.
Pick and roll to Otis. And fouled by Magic Johnson. The Houston backcourt, which really struggled shooting in the regular season, have come up big today. Look at these numbers. Floyd, 8 for 14. Maxwell, 6 for 10. And Mitchell Wiggins as well.
Well, anytime that you hit your perimeter shots early in the game, now when the ball is kicked out, the Lakers must come out and contest the shot. And then we're seeing some excellent penetration off the dribble by the Houston guards.
And in the big picture, what we're seeing is the Houston Rockets playing with confidence. Because now they feel they can win this game. 14-point deficit for the Lakers. That's not a big deficit at all for them. And Maxwell and Magic Johnson bump a little bit.
Well, this guy is a fearless dude right here, Maxwell. You know, their weight coach said he's the 4th strongest guy on this team. Thorpe first, Larry Smith second, Olajuwon third, and then Vernon Maxwell in the weight program.
He played it down when you talked to him, but he says, I guess I am. That's his 3rd personal foul. The Rockets have 3 right now, and now they'll call an illegal defense against the Rockets. Let's go to Tim Brand.
Guys are talking about the Houston guards. Interesting story. At the end of pregame warmups, when the Houston coaches pulled the team off the floor, Maxwell and Floyd were in the middle of a 3-point shooting contest and wouldn't leave until one missed. They were late for the meeting, but right now I don't think these coaches care.
That was a long time ago. That's an interesting story. Green with a great baseline turnaround hook shot.
That was pretty because he had to shoot it up over the top of Hakeem.
It's a 12-point game. Olajuwon traveled. Hakeem protests, but to no avail.
Now, good call that time. They catch him on dragging of the pivot foot in order to beat the double team.
Nearly halfway through this 3rd quarter, Houston had a 17-point lead at the half, and if the Lakers score here, they'll cut it down to 10.
Well, you know that the Lakers play, you know, in spurts. Don Chaney said, hey, they're a spurt team, and what our thing is we cannot lose our poise.
Here's Scott, wide open again. For 2.
See, Sleepy Floyd insists on going up over the top of the screens, and he's given Byron Scott the baseline. If I were he, I would follow him.
Maxwell drops it and gets the basket. Byron Scott has scored 8 of his 10 points here in the 3rd quarter, after sitting out most of the first half. Over Buck Johnson, James Worthy. Lakers are in a lot better rhythm offensively now.
Well, once again, the key guy, James Worthy, is on fire.
20-second timeout, Rockets. Lakers are trying to make it 2 in a row at home. All of the teams so far have won its games at home in the best-of-5 series, and that includes the San Antonio Spurs, who will take a 2-0 lead to Denver Tuesday night. The Portland Trail Blazers, who have not lost to the Dallas Mavericks all season, will try to wrap it up in Dallas this weekend. Utah-Phoenix battle tonight. Kevin Johnson's health is going to be an important factor here.
Wow, that's such a tough loss. Not only is he one of the great point guards in this business, but he's a prime-time scorer for them, 20 to 30 points.
There's the story. Tremendous tremendous ability to go inside and get the shot over bigger people.
Oh, that was tough. The angle was tough. He was almost behind the board, but on the elevation, he played the backboard. Tough shot.
Worthy. Thompson knocks it away. It'll be Houston's ball. And of course, needless to say, the only team to beat the Lakers in the 80s in Western Conference playoffs were the Houston Rockets. But that's ancient history coming into this one.
Now here come the Lakers in their trap. It's a 1-2-2 half-court matchup.
Buck Johnson misses, but they're getting the loose ball with Thorpe. They're beating the Lakers to the loose ball.
Well, if I'm the Lakers, I'm happy if I can get their big people to continue to take the corner jump shots.
A forced shot by Sleepy Floyd. Scott saves it. 3-on-1. Green foul. But it all started with an off-balance poor shot by Floyd.
Here we have Maga having a great day. Now watch this. See, he's behind the board. On the elevation, he came out. Presence of mind to bank the shot.
Foul is on Floyd, his first, and the third team foul against the Rockets. Lakers have committed 2. Green makes the first, so now more than half of the Houston total points have been scored by Vernon Maxwell and Sleepy Floyd. Some on perimeter shots, some on the fast break.
Well, you know, it's a rare fast break opportunity where the Lakers have had the numbers. Now here they come again in their half-court trap. Let's see what happens. Easiest way to break it. We know you get that corner jump shot, but if you get the ball into the middle from the foul line down, you'll get something good.
Floyd. Rebound by Thompson. Lakers trying to get it under 10 now. Scott. That's his third three-point basket of this third quarter.
Remember what we said, when you're matched up with him, you've got to get to him in the transition game.
Buck Johnson tries to draw the foul, doesn't. But Hakeem is tied up, and there'll be a Laker foul. They were not going to let Hakeem get the basket and draw the foul. That was for sure.
Well, that was a very smart play that time by the Lakers. They're saying foul him before he elevates. They take it out on the side. That's only our third foul for the quarter. Now, you have to like the Lakers' defensive trap because it's getting what they want, the corner jump shots.
Hakeem one-on-one against Thompson. And they're going to call Byron Scott for the foul, and that's team number 4. 2 on Byron.
Excellent call that time. Byron was late getting to that dribble. On game 1, Byron was able to get back in there on Hakeem when he would put the ball on the floor and then knock it free. Today, they have not been able to do that.
Hakeem Olajuwon has always struggled from the free throw line, but this year he worked with Calvin Murphy and has improved tremendously. And of course, a guy who goes to the line that much has to become a good free throw shooter.
Well, they say in like the last quarter of the year, he's shooting close to 80%. Now, this is a guy who has consistently in his career been in the high 60s and low 70s.
71% this season. Off the screen, Green knocked away by Olajuwon. We'll jump it up, but Hakeem made it happen.
Well, that's the part of the game that you have to marvel about Hakeem. You can see the scoring, the rebounding, and the shot blocking. But the fact that he's always in the top 10 in steals is amazing because of his size. But he's got that quickness and excellent anticipation.
He was the first player since Bill Walton back in '77 to lead the league in both the rebounding and shot block. Houston controls. Long pass to Floyd. Sleepy Floyd playing his heart out of this one. 25 points for Floyd.
Great pass by Olajuwon to see Sleepy and then deliver the pass.
Magic posting up now, double. You see Green.
Well, in the Houston defense, they're determined to double team the post guys. That allows Green to be open at the top of the circle every time.
And that's playing the percentages if you're Houston.
Oh, they're going to make Green beat you from there.
9 on the shot clock. Boy, was it batted away by A.C. Green. Here's Maxwell. And no basket. No basket. The 24-second clock expired before Sleepy got it off.
That is an exasperated coach. What's he saying? Where are my guards to check the shot clock as that clock is going down?
Decade, Houston has given them problems before. The year was 1981. It was Del Harris Rockets against Paul Westhead and the defending champion Lakers. In the deciding Game 3, with the Rockets clinging to a 1-point lead, the Lakers had one more chance, but Magic Johnson's shot came up short, and the Rockets stunned the Lakers. It was the Rockets' first trip to the finals. In the 1986 Western Conference Finals, Hakeem Olajuwon was ejected in the final minutes for fighting, and it was up to the other Twin Tower, Ralph Sampson, to take over. With the score tied at 112, 1 second remaining, Sampson answered the call. Lightning had struck twice in the 80s as the Rockets once again eliminated the Lakers from the NBA playoffs.
You know, Hubie, this game, this third quarter, has a stark similarity to what we saw in Game 1 Friday as far as Pat Riley's defense is concerned.
The defense tightened up Friday night, only allowed 18 points in the third quarter. The Lakers regained the lead. Tonight, only 15 points in this third quarter by Houston, and how about this? Only one fast break.
Byron Scott knifes in. A 7-point lead. So already the Lakers have cut 10 points off of the halftime deficit, and we have under 2 minutes to go.
Well, you can't get out on the open floor if the opposition continues to score, and that's what the Lakers are doing.
Vernon Maxwell. This is the three. Scott the rebound. Magic Johnson. Well, we know the Lakers are coming on big. How will Houston respond?
Well, we said, you know, they play in spurts, but what you have to like about the Lakers is they're taking their time and they're getting excellent shots.
Olajuwon forces the shot. And this has been the Rockets' pattern all year on the road, and especially in the first game of the series.
That was frustration. Plenty of time on the clock. You must get better opportunities than that.
Magic for three. Seconds remaining in the third quarter. 18 on the shot clock. Magic's blocked by Hakeem, the 7th block shot of the game. 5-point lead. Lloyd beats Maxwell. Basket good and a foul. And Vernon Maxwell continues to amaze.
You know what's great about that? Tom Chaney said to us yesterday, we must play fast break basketball. We must push the ball because we cannot get in a half-court game with them and they'll beat us. Beautiful drop-off pass, and then while you're getting fouled, to be able to have the upper body strength to muscle in that shot attempt.
Vernon Maxwell from the University of Florida has had a kind of checkered and controversial finish to his college career, Hubie, also with San Antonio. Maybe not the easiest guy in the world to figure out.
Well, you know, he said that he's reaching his potential. He feels that he needed the time, the playing time, to show what kind of ability he has. Now, that does not take away from the problems that he had. But from here, he seems to be contented, and he's doing an excellent job for Houston.
4 on the shot clock. Maxwell was worthy in his face. Misses. And just under 7 seconds remaining, Byron Scott hits the deck. Houston had a 17-point lead at halftime, and the Lakers have played like the Lakers of 63 win style during the regular year in this third quarter. Maxwell is shot, and that'll do it. But it was Byron Scott who paced the Lakers with 13 big points. And that is the end of the third period with the score, the Rockets 82 and the Lakers 75. And we'll return to the Forum after this message and a word from your local station.
Welcome back to the Forum in Los Angeles for CBS coverage of the 1990 NBA playoffs. Tim Brand, as we start the final period, let me tell you the score 82-75 Houston, but a reminder, game one Friday night, it was LA that came out on a 12-1 run and won game one. We'll see what happens here. Dick?
All right, Timmy, thank you very much. The Rockets shot only 29% in the third quarter to the Lakers 61%, and that'll get you back in the game in a hurry.
Yeah, they went away from their early game plan in the first half. Now you say, well, you know, in the first half, Houston was running a lot of stuff, but they were missing their shots, yes. But when you have a lot of movement, when the shots go up and are missed, and people are double and triple teaming, that means you have the advantage when the rebound comes off.
Chicago won its second game of the series against Milwaukee earlier. But basically, the Lakers clamped down defensively. We've seen it so many times in games in which they've trailed. Still behind. Thompson, Green, Worthy, Scott, and Magic Johnson, who has the ball. Thompson. Green. Great offensive rebound by A.C. Green, and he'll go to the line.
See, the guy that's picking his spots right now for Houston is Thorpe. He did not even attempt to go in to get that defensive rebound. Olajuwon challenged two guys on shot block opportunities, and we never saw another red shirt.
That's the third foul on Hakeem Olajuwon. Nobody in the game has picked up 4 personal fouls yet. A.C. Green on the line. We're at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Game 2 of the best-of-5 Western first-round playoff. Lakers being tested here after winning game number 1. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, and Tim Brand here.
Guy on the line, A.C. Green. You cannot forget about him when the shot goes up. He's the Lakers' leading offensive rebounder.
The Rockets are going to bring Larry Smith, very big rebounder, in off the bench momentarily. Vernon Maxwell. Now Buck Johnson. Lost it, and he was held. They call the foul. Byron Scott. His third.
See, Byron is frustrated because Buck Johnson was going to attempt another impossible shot that time from the foul line. He did not want to foul him.
He was kind of a controversial number 1 pick out of the University of Alabama, but he has matured greatly and averaged nearly 15 points a game this season.
Outstanding in the open floor, a good pogo type of jumper, very quick, excellent on defense. He must improve his outside shooting. Worked hard with his high school coach over the summer down in Alabama, but you know, it's playoff time right now, a little bit more pressure.
I would think. Scott looking for Michael Thompson. Knocked away by Hakeem, and another steal and a 2-on-1 break. Mitchell Wiggins loses it. He did not get a good pass from Thorpe.
Very bad pass by Thorpe.
One of the few times the Rockets have not handled a fast break, and goaltending is called. Credit the basket to Magic Johnson.
Watch this move. Here comes Hakeem coming from the side there. That ball hit the backboard, had a chance to go in, and then Hakeem, you know, contested the shot.
5-point lead for Houston. It was 17, remember.
Got to recognize they're in the trap. Move the basketball.
Mitchell Wiggins. Again, it's Houston.
Again, it's Hakeem. Keeping that one alive.
Pat Riley wants some rebounding, so D-Box will get set to come back in. Thorpe against Green. What a great inside move. He didn't have much room.
Anytime there's a double team and they reverse the ball, you have Thorpe in a one-on-one.
Worthy comes right back, and you could hear the slap in the last row of the Forum. Let's see who gets hit with the foul, and it'll be Hakeem's 4th.
Now that is a big foul. Now Don Chaney has got to look at this situation and say, do I rest him? Now here he is. He's working hard. He's trying to help out on everyone out there. Do I take him out and give him a couple of minutes rest, or do I leave him on the floor and say, listen, I'm going to shoot the works until he gets his fifth? You see what he's doing? He's leaving him out there.
Because he's got to figure that the judgment may be there. And now they're going to bring Smith in and take Olajuwon out. So he's playing it close to the vest. And Olajuwon goes out, has scored only 11 points, which doesn't really begin to tell the story of what he's done today.
He's just been all over the painted area, guarding not only his own man, but everyone else.
8 block shots. Worthy with 27 points. Another big offensive game for him. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Maxwell. Travel.
See, without Akeem in the game, Dick, you've got to go to your motion type of offense in order to open up these other people. You cannot rely on one-on-one basketball.
Timeout. LA is within range. The playoffs, the home teams have yet to lose. Boston with a big scoring, record-setting game against the Knicks yesterday, and the defending champion Pistons have won 9 straight playoff games, and the NBA playoffs continue this week. CBS Sports again will be along with a doubleheader Saturday and Sunday, and it all starts with the basketball show at 12:30 Eastern. So check your local listings. Right now, here's Tim Brand.
All right, Dick, in the Houston huddle during the timeout, Don Chaney was given a lot of reminders. Defensively, he wants his team to rotate quicker. He doesn't think they're moving fast enough defensively. He was really irritated with a couple of fast breaks that last possession. He wants crisper passes, and he wants a lot of movement offensively.
All right, Tim, you know, people talk about streaks. The Lakers have won 20 straight first-round playoff games in a row. And they won them all since they went to the best-of-5 format.
This is a tough defensive match right here by Maxwell.
Illegal defense, and it'll be a technical foul. He'll shoot this one against Houston.
See, Don Chaney been out of shape right now. He's saying that his guys are rotating. They're moving. And, you know, you have a 2.9 count to make your movement. They definitely double-team Magic to make him force the pass.
Jake O'Donnell took the ball away from Magic Johnson at the line and came over to Don Chaney, threatening him with a tee. Magic misses the free throw.
You'll see here now, here comes the double team. Now the illegal defense had to be on the opposite side. Now that player number 13 who was dropped down inside that time definitely got out of there in 2.9 to get back to his man.
Larry Smith. Thorpe all over Worthy. Divac though. There's Bloody Divac.
Larry Smith put a body on him that time. He just bounced off and kept going.
Akeem is going to come back in the game. He's getting set to return along with Woolridge of the Lakers. Lakers are smothering the Rockets. Maxwell fires a three. And it's Lakers ball down by 3. They've taken over this game right now.
Well, they're doing it defensively, but the Houston offense, all it is one-on-one basketball. The Lakers are so tough to beat off the dribble, plus the building is in the game. They're allowing the clock to drop down too close to the 24-second roll.
Hakeem Olajuwon back in for the Rockets. Sleepy Floyd will be checking in momentarily. Woolridge is in there for the Lakers. This is Magic's time, I think.
Well, you know, to advance in the playoffs, you must be able to get the basketball to your key performers.
Olajuwon blocks Divac. Buck Johnson gets it back from Maxwell, and they convert, and the 9th block shot of the game by Hakeem Olajuwon.
Let me tell you, that was some catch and deliver by Buck Johnson, laying it up with his left hand.
Isolating Irvin Johnson. Extra pass to Woolridge. Thompson inside, and they'll call the foul against Michael Thompson, and that'll be his third.
Michael's upset that time, but he definitely pushed. Here we have Hakeem coming. Divac is making a very strong move. Look at this spot, clean. What a day he's having.
Any other game, that would be 2 points from Magic's perfect pass to Divac. Not today. Lead is 5. Losing the ball. Here's Byron Scott. And a smart foul. Sleepy Floyd didn't know how many Lakers were coming down for a possible break.
Oh, that was an excellent play by Sleepy. He was in front of the offensive penetration. Foul, make him take it out on the side.
Team fouls, so the Rockets with 3 and the Lakers with 2. With over 8 minutes remaining in this fourth period. Magic posting up. Third effort. And traveling call against Michael Thompson.
Well, Jake O'Donnell had that call, said he shot it, and he caught it, his own shot. Now, Larry Smith is limping here, and that must have happened in that collision underneath the boards.
He's trying to run it off at midcourt. Several of the Rockets have been banged up today. Right now, it's Larry Smith. All right, Pat, thank you very much. Here's our story. Early here in the fourth period, Akeem Olajuwon got credit for another block shot with Michael Thompson underneath before he traveled, his 10th of the game, to tie an NBA playoff record established by Mark Eaton of the Utah Jazz. We are seeing Akeem Olajuwon vintage style today.
Now, this is just 1-against-1, which we very seldom see today. There is his block. There's Michael, and there's your travel. He shot it and caught his own shot. Jake O'Donnell had that one from the opposite side of the floor.
Sleepy Floyd and Vernon Maxwell in the backcourt. Buck Johnson, Otis Thorpe, and Akeem Olajuwon up front for Houston. Scott and Magic along with Worthy, Woolridge, and Divac for the Lakers. Floyd nearly lost his footing. Maxwell, big basket. 20 points for Maxwell. Along with Floyd, that's 45 from the starting guards for Houston. Half of their 90 total.
We've got to include Worthy and Magic Johnson, the two key guys right now.
Worthy goes around Thorpe with a great move. Steve Otson, a Houston foul. Tim Brand.
Dick, the injury on Larry Smith is a sprained right ankle. He asked the coaches to stay in the ball game. He says he can still play, but they sat him out anyway, and they're going to sit him out for a while.
All right, that's 4 fouls on Buck Johnson. Thanks, Tim. And here's Divac on the line. 7:24 remaining in the fourth period.
See, Worthy can take Buck Johnson off the dribble. He's such a tough cover when he's one-on-one from the wing. Then it's up to Divac to become available in front of the rim because you can count on Olajuwon going for the double team.
He gets them both.
Houston needs more movement.
Maxwell gets it in low to Olajuwon. Divac won't let him go anywhere. Maxwell doubles. Buck Johnson goes strong to the hoop, perfectly executed.
Now, they did it by the numbers in slow motion, but the ball did get over there.
As a coach, you must love to see that.
Well, we've seen it all day. Buck Johnson is always open in the opposite corner.
Floyd fighting through the screen to stay with Byron Scott with 5 on the clock. Woolridge. Great basket. Great strength.
What a muscle move. Nice pass by Divac.
Divac has fantastic court sense that belies his age of 21.
Pat Riley said yesterday, very, very smart player.
The lead is 5 for the Rockets. Buck Johnson saw an opening, and it's still Houston's ball.
Buck saw it, you saw it, I saw it. I mean, you could just see it develop for you right there. He has that quick step, Dick, off that dribble. Once he sees, he'll make that big step and attack the basket for you.
Lakers lead in the series 1-0 best of 5. Season series in which the home team has won all the games. That's how much time left for the Rockets to try a shot. Olajuwon. Now the Lakers down by 5. Magic cut right along and kissed it off the glass.
Now don't tell me he planned that, okay? Maxwell was right there, extended Magic. And it's interesting, Magic cannot blow by Maxwell off the dribble.
On the switch. Maxwell misses the three. Magic, 3-on-2. Divac. And Buck Johnson, fearless, as we said, at 6'7" and thin, commits the foul. That'll be number 5 against Buck Johnson.
Buck Johnson wanted a shot block. He's claiming that Divac pushed off with his left arm. But just watch and appreciate 2 guys attacking right here. Look at this. Great block, but what they're saying is that Johnson catches him with his left arm and his hip underneath. Here you have Magic. Good Mexican move. Don't tell me he was banking that one in. Come on, in a horse game, he would have had a call bank.
I heard him call it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Divac's 4 for 4 today. At the conclusion of our game, Hubie and I will select the Miller Lite player of the game. Timeout. Houston. That's what they're looking for, another banner, and the Lakers, who are down by 17 at the half, have cut it now to 2, and Divac is on the line. Now it's a 1-point game. Lakers have 2 fouls to give. Houston's in a penalty. Load of pressure on the shoulders of the men in red. Vernon Maxwell has it blocked by Magic. Lakers can take the lead. Had it since 3 minutes to go in the first quarter today.
The money man is calling out directions, knows he's going to get double teamed. Pick out the right people.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Worthy. Scramble. Houston. Under 5 remaining. Nice. And a turnover. And the Lakers will get another chance as Scott was hit.
That was an excellent pass, and the pass was dropped. There was a good opportunity there for a dunk.
Lakers still looking for that lead again. Pass knocked away. Buck Johnson with a fine anticipation. 3 straight turnovers without a shot in this one.
You know that if you go in right here, you're going to get the double or triple team. You've got to pass the basketball. There it is.
There's Buck Johnson. Magic. 92-91 Houston. Block inside, and the Rockets come out of it again.
They should look up. Look up.
Maxwell is fouled by Divac. That will be the 3rd team foul against the Lakers.
This has been a great battle all day. Now watch as Maxwell brings the ball back to his right hand, how Magic goes for the block. You see it? Right there. Played the percentages and came in. Now, if he takes 1 extra step, he lays it up with his left hand.
Vernon Maxwell today has scored 20 points. Has held his own against Magic Johnson. Buck Johnson with a big jumper, wide open. And a little breathing room, not much, but a little bit, and a timeout called by Pat Riley, a 22nd timeout.
Excellent strategy by Houston. They know that they can throw it in the team, get double team, rotate it, and Buck Johnson has been open all day long.
The scene will shift to the Summit in Houston, Texas on Tuesday for Game 3. If necessary, Game 4 will be Thursday in Houston, and if we have a 2-2 situation, we'll be back here next Sunday at the Forum for the deciding game. The Lakers have won 20 straight first-round games in the NBA playoffs.
See, both coaches right now are extremely focused. They're going to Magic Johnson to make sure that Houston double teams, they can find the free people. At the other end, Akeem to get double or triple team to find the open guy. I mean, this is just as good, James Worthy. Yeah.
Woolridge. They were patient. They were patient, and Magic found Woolridge, and the lead is one.
How about him switching hands and dunking with the left?
And a foul against L.A. away from the ball, and it looks like Vlade Divac, and that'll be the 4th team foul. So one more, and the Lakers will be in the penalty as well as the Rockets. Nearly 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Sleepy Floyd lays it in around Woolridge and Scott. 27 for Floyd. Worthy has the same number to lead the Lakers. Magic looking for the foul, gets nothing.
Magic looking for the foul and complaining. If they look up, they've got the layup.
Buck Johnson and a Laker foul, and they'll be shooting this one with Houston clinging with their fingertips to a 3-point lead.
The Magic wanted a foul at the other end of the floor when he switched hands on that shot. Yeah, there was definitely contact. But you see, once Houston gets that rebound, here's Magic getting caught in the backcourt. His man is open now, up over. So you must push the basketball. You have the advantage.
"17 points, 5 rebounds for Buck Johnson. And he has not missed in 4 tries from the line.
He's had a very, very solid day today.
The lead is 5. Lakers got to within 1. Then there was a flurry of turnovers on both sides, and the Lakers never got the lead. Time remaining. There's Woolridge down the lane. And he'll shoot a pair. Team Olajuwon, number 5 on him. One more, and he's history. And here's Woolridge, who's 73% during the regular year.
You cannot forget about Orlando. Pat Riley said, you know, he is a very contented player for us this year. He wanted to be accepted last year. He had to learn all of the Laker mental toughness and what they expect out of their players. But he's playing with an awful lot of confidence right now.
He's made their bench one of the best in the league. Double on Akeem. Puts up the shot anyway. Divac's got a piece. That wasn't the best percentage shot for sure.
Divac's right on that shot.
Magic. Down and away. And Thorpe winds up with it.
Here you go. 3 on 2. 4 on 2.
Under 2 minutes to play now in the 4th quarter. Olajuwon. Buck Johnson is knocked away by Woolridge. Timeout, Houston. Great follow-up hustle by Divac here.
Here you go now. Now you got the entire sequence. Here's a great gamble by Woolridge. Now here's the decision. Do you take Divac, do you take Woolridge down and make him go to the line? Or do you allow him to shoot and then a possible follow-up? That's a big decision that you have to make when you are that defensive player running back.
A lot more big decisions coming up in this one.
During this last timeout, the Lakers huddle very quiet, very composed. Here in the Houston huddle, there was a sense of urgency. Don Chaney kept telling his club that the Lakers will not lie down. He says the weak side is open. You've got to swing it around, but you've got to take the shots. Right now, guys, he thinks that his team passing up the open shots.
All right, Hubie, what do you think here?
Well, we know that's been open for him all day. What you do not want is to force a shot. You want to make sure that you get the high percentage shot, but you want your best guys to handle the basketball. force them into a mismatch.
Divac with a spirited game off the bench for the Lakers. Hakeem Olajuwon, remember, playing with 5 personal fouls. Divac and Woolridge, 2 members of the Laker bench in the game. Thompson, you see the starter on the sidelines. 98-97, Houston in front. Maxwell with a big step to the hoop and a big baseline basket at 22 for Vernon.
Yeah, he likes that baseline area. When he explodes and changes direction, he's been able to get that open shot.
Thorpe is all over Magic. Houston's tightened up their defense. No basket. And grabbing the shirt is what Jake O'Donnell said. There'll be a Rocket foul against Sleepy Floyd.
Well, see, down inside, Sleepy Floyd was on a mismatch, and he was trying to play James Worthy down inside. Now here you'll see, he fake coming off this pick and roll. Now watch. Beautiful fade-away jump shot.
Lakers have hit 10 of 11 in the 4th quarter on the line today. Worthy hasn't missed in 5 tries, and again a 1-point game.
Again, both teams are shooting the penalty. Houston has only had 2 foul shot opportunities this quarter, but then they haven't deserved it. They have got down inside.
By Worthy. Have their first lead since 3 minutes to go in the 1st quarter, and the Rockets have now used up their final timeout.
When you're in a situation like this, there's a double team. You must come to meet that ball. You must shorten the passing lanes because the Lakers play the passing lane as good as anyone.
They're loving it here.
Right now is Laker defense at its best. Watch Magic Johnson come over and double team Hakeem. Now, once the double team is made, this is what we mean by rotation basketball. The low guy, James Worthy, shooting the gap. But look at this. Houston never closed the passing lane down. There's the pass. There's the excellent rotation. Lights out. It's all over.
31 points for James Worthy. He's only shooting 68% in 2 games from the field. That's all. He has never led the Lakers in scoring in the regular season, but in the last 3 years, he has led them in the playoffs. That's all you have to know.
Well, after the great game that he had in Game 1, 15 out of 22 from the floor. Kind of funny, though, he didn't shoot a foul shot the entire night. Magic Johnson said James always steps up and plays big under the pressure of the playoffs.
Rockets out of timeout. Maxwell. Loses it to Magic.
They had the best of both worlds. They had the open shot and the offensive rebound. Came up negative with both.
9 on the shot clock.
The Magic wants to clear out. Bring James.
And a foul with 33.9. And it's Worthy who will go to the line.
See, in a situation like this, you never want to foul a guy coming to the basketball. You have 34 seconds to go. If he beats you to the spot, let him beat you. Now when they hit him with the ball, he must score over you. You want that percentage going in your favor. You don't want to foul a guy, put him on the line, and give him 2 freebies.
He's 6 for 6 from there today. His first miss. You won't see the Rockets play a better road game, I'm sure, than what they've done today. Rockets are out of timeouts. LA still with 3. The lead is 2 points now.
You're sitting in a good situation. You go to your pet plays right now. You know that if you go to a team, you're going to get double teamed.
They got 9 on the shot clock. Olajuwon from the baseline. In and out. And the Lakers are in control.
Well, you're inside of 8 seconds here. You have to call a foul. There you go.
Lakers are showing why they have been a dominant team this decade. They were down by 17 at the half. And they started with defense, and they went against a monster in Hakeem Olajuwon, who an incredibly valiant effort in defeat if that's the way it turns out. And here's Scott.
Now you have 7.2 seconds to go. If he should miss, there would be a 3-point differential, and you've got to run and take that 3. Now, if he hits this at 4, you have no timeouts left. Naturally, the cause is rather hopeless. That's the big one. Well, you're looking for a miracle here now. A 3 plus getting fouled.
They won't foul him. Maxwell misses the 3, and the Lakers overcome the big deficit and win. James Worthy scored 5 of the last 7 points in the game for the Lakers when they were down by 1. And now the Lakers, with a hard-earned win, have taken a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 series over the Houston Rockets. We'll be back to the Forum here in Inglewood in just a moment. The only place you ever meet up with Mickey Featherstone is on 60 Minutes. Why? We'll tell you tonight on CBS. Then it's Murder, She Wrote, followed by the CBS Sunday movie Hallmark Hall of Fame Caroline. It's all tonight here on CBS. And our Miller Lite player of the game, magnificent effort again by James Worthy. Those were his numbers. On his behalf, Miller Lite will donate $1,000 to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. And so for Hubie Brown and Tim Brandt, this is Dick Stockton saying so long from the Forum. The final score, the Lakers 104, the Rockets 100. Next week, NBA playoffs continue with doubleheader action on both Saturday and Sunday, and it all begins with the basketball show at 12:30 Eastern. The NBA on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports.